It has come to my attention that some people would like some vacuum maintenance videos. In other words, okay, great, you've got yourself this vacuum, you use it, and now what do you do? So I thought I would try a couple of them, and if those few episodes get a nice view count, maybe I'll do more. I have a wide variety of vacuums, and I could probably do quite a few different episodes just showing some tips and tricks on how to maintain your vacuum, or maybe how to use your vacuum, or something of that nature. So let's give it a whirl with episode number 1, the 2015 Hoover Air Steerable. So this vacuum was a curb find that I did a complete refurb on it. And of course, you can go back and watch those videos as you see fit. I have just vacuumed the whole house, all the carpet, a bunch of bare floor, and a bunch of mats. So I vacuumed more than I normally do, and also I wasn't, trying to do anything for, say, making a video, so I was kind of vacuuming all over the place. So the first thing that I want to do, because it's a bagless vacuum, is I want to examine my dirt. I love to see what I picked up, or maybe what I didn't pick up. Something stuck in there. All right, it's going to be a lot of fibrous material. We have a boxer dog. It's about 5 years old, named Rosie. And if you see any light brown, very short hair, that's going to be hers. Come on out of there. All right, so that's probably about all I can really get out, at least by doing this method. Now for the fun part, to play with the dirt. I'll turn that on in a minute. So let's see, got a nice little fiber ball there. And you can see I have some medium dirt and hardly any fine dust. So the medium dirt will come from our mats, and we got a bunch of them. They're all over our first floor linoleum. We wipe our feet on it, you name it. A lot of fibrous stuff. Well, this is going to have a whole bunch of stuff mixed in with it, obviously. That's kind of hard to separate. Yeah, that's mixed in there pretty well. Anyway, I could do this all day long. Hey, look, I got a leaf. Oh, I got another leaf, another part of another leaf. Okay, so let's see what we did. All right, so big ball of fibrous material. That definitely has some dust still in it. You might say, why on earth would I want to touch my dirt? Why would I have any interest in knowing what my vacuum is picking up? Well, therein lies the reason. If you were to go and compare vacuums, say you had more than one, you could do this and figure out which one picks up either more or different stuff. That's kind of fibrous, more or less. Okay, so yeah, I think we're going to call that's mostly fiber, but there's obviously some other stuff in there as well. So there's about 7 grams, and there's still some fiber in here as well, and a couple of leaves. I guess I shouldn't count that as, well, what is it? You want to call that fiber, or do you want to call that medium dust? All right, well, I think we'll have to call it here because it's going to go on forever. So mostly non-fibrous material. takes it from 7.26 up to about 11 something. And like I said, this is not representative of a whole house carpet cleaning at all. I did much more than the carpet. So we have a total pickup of mixed debris. Not really a whole lot of fine dust in there because I don't really have a lot of fine dust. And we're coming up with a little over 11 grams. Okay, so now I can throw that out. See, trash can, stuff that goes in the trash can. Yay! Okay, so there's kind of a advantage of having a bagless system. But that's just step one of many other steps. My wife has over 2 foot long hair. That's pretty long. Let's see how much of it I picked up in just one vacuuming session. Just one. There. Look at that mess. Now, you could, depending on your options, use some scissors, try to cut some of that off, and I think that'll actually work fairly well. You could use like these little nippers here, cut some of that stuff off. I bet that'll work fairly well too. If you notice, I've got some that are stuck right in there. That's not too hard to get to. And I have some that's stuck way in there, and that's, well, I guess I can work on it. Normally, I don't take the rug plate off, but this is bad enough. Well, let's see how it goes. We'll do it the lazy way first, but you should probably take the rug plate off. That's why I have the screwdriver sitting here. There's a nice blob. If I'm able to get it off and it doesn't take forever, then maybe I won't bother taking the rug plate off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and I think that will remove that. That's not too good. That's not too good. Nice little pile there. Yep. Nice. All right. See, I can use this, cut some off. Yep, see, that is still a problem, so. Yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. maybe go over there. Something like that. Hey, I think we got most of it now. All right, that's it. Come on, get back in there. I got the hair in the screw. Don't want to do that. It's kind of a pain. And we got that right there. Okay, now I'll get rid of that. So, still think that we're done? Oh, not quite. Two other filters we have to check. One is in the top here, the bin. Pretty easy to get to. And, ooh, we have some debris. I was going to say, and there's absolutely nothing. Well, there's just this. So that's, there, it's clean. So you may, over time, need to blow this out or put it, like, say, in the sink, run it under cold water, and clean it periodically. I don't really have enough dirt in here to warrant going through a cleaning cycle, but it's something that a lot of people forget. When I get these vacuums, vast majority of the time, this is definitely clogged. And there's one more. So we got that. We'll save that for later, along with the bin. You have this HEPA filter. Now, you're not going to be doing this every time. So this is a obviously well-used HEPA filter. It might be original to the machine. That is, say, around 5 years old or so. And that looks a lot better than when I got it because I actually vacuumed that off. This side you're not going to have to do all that much with. But this says, here we go. Cleaning the HEPA media filter. There you go. So do not rinse this filter. Some filters you can, but you need to look at the directions, and I'd recommend following the directions for sure. So in this case, I know that this is pretty clean, but if I had wanted to vacuum this off or to clean this in some way, I mean, obviously tap it, but you could use that machine to vacuum it off. Just simply put all the parts back together. Right? I mean, you're going to need to put this back on, right? And then you're going to want to put this back together to some degree, right? So, there we go, sooner or later. And now you could use the hose, right? You would get your hose out here, right? And then you plug it into here, and you could vacuum this off, because this is just an exhaust filter, right? It's not going to harm the machine as far as getting dirt to go through the motor any way, shape, or form. This is post the motor, so no big deal there. But you know what we need to do now? We need to take these pieces outside, including the bin, and we need to blow all this stuff out in addition to blowing out this nozzle. So let's go outside. Gonna need something to blow all this stuff out. Okay. Now, something with this. Make sure that isn't going anywhere. All right. I think that's finally it. I can't think of anything else at the moment. Isn't that enough? So now we put it back together, and everything should be working in tip-top shape, in addition to not really having any smells. This has a tab there, and there's the tab here, so I can put that in. And I can put this filter in. Direction doesn't really matter a whole lot. And then this is going to have to go in like that. Alright, I think that took long enough. And if you're asking yourself, the old Vac Lab doesn't do that every time he uses a vacuum, right?